What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on Stephen A. Smith and this narrative that Stephen A. Smith got going on, that he thinks that if LeBron James was to go back to Cleveland, that he would be, that would be number one, an easy road for him to get back to the championship. Number two, that like he thinks that Cleveland would even want him, right? Now we all remember how LeBron James, like Stephen A. Smith had had his little run-in with LeBron James. He he said something about Bronny James that LeBron James took personally. And so LeBron James approached him for it. And so Stephen A. Smith tries to make it sound like, now he tried to make it seem like he's not upset by that. He wants people to think that he can still be, fair and impartial when it comes to speaking on LeBron James. But in my opinion, I think I think he's going overboard, right? When he talk about how LeBron James going to the East, playing in the Eastern Conference will have an easier route to win a championship. When last year with Luka, in my opinion, he couldn't, he had another superstar player, Luka, and he couldn't get, they couldn't get past the first round with Luka. So, and I don't think that the East, in my opinion, is that weak. Whereas though once LeBron James go over there to the Cleveland Cavaliers, that they're going to be, the favorite to come out of the East. He's talking, in my opinion, Stephen A. Smith is talking and speaking like LeBron. We're talking about LeBron James like 4 or 5 years ago, that LeBron James. We're talking about LeBron James that has been in the league for 20 plus years. LeBron James don't play no defense. LeBron James is flopping. And to me, that's definitely not a recipe for a championship. So I don't know why Stephen A. Smith is out there capping for LeBron. Now, I'm going to play the audio of what Stephen A. Smith said as far as like with LeBron James, and then I'm going to come back and give some more commentary. But here's the audio of Stephen A. Smith speaking on LeBron James going back to win a title with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Specifically to LeBron, why don't you just come back to Cleveland to end your career? If LeBron James came back to Cleveland, you the favorites to come out of the East. He'd have a better, let me say, this cannot be disputed. He'd have a better chance of winning the championship in Cleveland than he would in LA. The road through the Western Conference is arduous, to say the least. In the Eastern Conference, New York's got a new coach, questions about their depth. Yeah. Damian Lillard is no longer in Milwaukee. He's back in Portland. So what help do you have with Giannis? Jason Tatum is out for the year with an Achilles tear. Okay? We saw what happened with Cleveland last year. Indiana was in the finals. Halliburton's out for the year. Turner's the Milwaukee Buck now.
All right. So now we have like he think that it's automatic if LeBron James go to Cleveland, he think that it's automatic. Number one, I think, in my opinion, I think that LeBron James would mess up the chemistry. Because he would want the team to cater to him. Like I said, LeBron James don't play any defense, so he would be a liability on defense. He would be, and then he would try to overshadow Donovan Mitchell. So I don't think that would be, you would more so, even if you could get LeBron James, like even if they worked it out so they could get LeBron James without Cleveland even having to give anything up, it's still not something that I would recommend that Cleveland do. I don't even think that Cleveland would really want LeBron James. I think that what LeBron James really should do now is just go on his his retirement tour. Just let the people around the league as he go to these different stadiums and venues, just let these teams just pay their respects and let LeBron James go on his tour. I always say that the longer LeBron James play, the more he messes up his legacy. Like the more he exposes himself, as not being. I mean, he just it don't look good in my opinion for LeBron James. People see that he flopping. They see that he take plays off, and so how would he be able to help Cleveland win a championship when he's not really out there giving it 100%? At this point in time in his career, he can't give it 100%. So yeah, I don't think so. I think it's just time for LeBron James to do his retirement tour, go around collecting plaques and whatever else, mementos that teams want to give him. Only thing I think that LeBron James should do in Cleveland is probably just retire his, have them like retire his number, put a statue up. I think Cleveland will probably be the only town that he really should get a statue in. And then Stephen A. Smith, like I said, he didn't even really do anything for LA. I think he was in LA for like 8 years. Won what was the championship they called it? The bubble championship. Then they won a mid-season championship or mid-season tournament. So, that, and people don't even take that mid-season tournament serious. The bubble championship, even the guys who won the championship, like Caruso, said that it's not like a real championship. They didn't really feel like it was a real championship. So yeah, I think that Stephen A. Smith, in my opinion, is just he really just capping for LeBron James. No way that LeBron James goes over to the East and be able to win and like change anything in there. He won't affect winning. He don't even affect winning on his team that he's on, right? So if he don't affect winning with the Lakers, and don't get me wrong, I don't think that the Lakers before they had Luka, I don't see the Lakers roster being as good as the Cleveland Cavaliers roster. You got guys on you got role players on there. Then you got a really good superstar on there with Donovan Mitchell. I forgot the point guard name that plays with Donovan Mitchell, but they got a really good guard. They got a really good 1-2, combination with these two. Dang, what's this guy name? Anyway, I think, I just think even if Cleveland was a better team, in my opinion, than the Lakers was last year. Even though Cleveland played in the East they say it's not as strong as the West. To me, Cleveland was still better last year. With it was Darius Garland. With Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, I think they were better last year than LeBron James and Luka. You had out of shape Luka, then you had LeBron James over the hill. It was a better team. So if you'd have took the Lakers and put them in the East last year, they still wouldn't have done any better because they wasn't better than any of the teams that I've seen in the playoffs, in my opinion. So LeBron James going to Cleveland would only benefit LeBron James. LeBron James has left Cleveland 2 times already. I don't even know if they allow LeBron James to come back. And see, that's the thing. Like, you have Lakers saying that ex-Lakers saying that LeBron James shouldn't get a statue. I'm not sure if Pat Riley will put a statue up for LeBron James down in Miami. Hopefully, hopefully LeBron James, Cleveland, because that's their only championship. Hopefully, the guy who owned the Cavaliers will look out for him. But I think it's over with for LeBron James as far as him winning titles and things like that. if LeBron James win a title, it won't be because LeBron James led a team to the title. It'll because LeBron James is basically a role player and he filled in and he was able to help them out. And so that's how I feel about that situation. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.